Hello there! Today we will focus on word problems. I will also share with you how I solve problems part by part and also try to imagine it and use model drawing to solve. So let's start with this first problem. There are some flowers in a garden. So what are those flowers? We have roses, daisies, and sunflower. The total here is also given. It says 195. So the total 195 is for all the roses, daisies, and sunflower. There are 3 times as many daisies as roses. Can you imagine that? Which is more, daisies or roses? So since there are 3 times as many daisies as roses, the daisies are more. Can we try to show that in a model? How do we show 3 times as many? So when we say 3 times as many, one quantity here or one object here will have 3 units or 3 boxes. So what is that? It's the daisies. So the daisies, 3 times as much or as many as the roses. So the roses will have 1 unit. Okay, so next sentence says, there are 5 more roses than sunflowers. So which is more, roses or sunflowers? The roses are more. So it means to say that the sunflowers will have a shorter bar than the roses. So we are going to, how much shorter? 5. And we're looking for the number of daisies. Did you forget anything in our model? The total. So the total is 195. Let's try to look at our model and figure out how are we going to solve this problem. So as you can see, only one object here, only one flower, does not have the same equal units as the others. And that is the sunflower. The sunflower is less than 1 unit. So for us to have equal number of units, we have to complete this unit by adding that 5. So after I add that 5, how many units do I have? So there's 3 for the daisies, 1 for the rose, and of course 1 for the sunflower because we completed that unit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units in total. Okay, so those 5 units, again, 5 units will be equal to 195 plus 5, and that is 200. I'll get a unit by dividing 200 by 5, which will give me 40. Okay, are we done solving the problem? Did we solve for daisies already? No, we haven't. So we know that each unit here is 40. How then do I get the daisies? So to solve for the daisies are 3 units. So that will be 40 times 3, 120. How do I check if my answer is correct? So we will look for the total. If our total is 195, then our answer is correct. So for checking, we have for the daisies 120, for the roses we have 40, and then the sunflowers will be 40 minus 5, 35. So the total 7, 8, 9, 195. So that means our answer for this is correct. Let's try another one. There are 409 marbles in a container. There are twice as many red marbles as blue marbles. So which is more, red or blue? So it is the red marbles. Let's try to model that. So red marbles, twice means 2 times. So the red marbles will have 2 units, while the blue marbles will have 1 unit. There are 4 more yellow marbles as blue marbles. Okay, so let's try to show that in our model. The yellow will have a longer bar than the blue marbles because it says there are 9 more. Our total again is 409. Let's try to label that here. And we're looking for the number of yellow marbles. Alright. So, comparing this to our previous problem and previous model, we can see that this model here, one quantity is different, or one model is different, but this time that model for the yellow is more than 1 unit. Earlier, if you remember, the model is less than 1 unit. That's why we added to complete the unit. This time, we will try to remove, okay? Remove this extra 9 so that we will have equal units. Okay? So, given that, removing means we will be subtracting. And how many units are we going to have after subtracting? So we will be having 2 for the red, 1, 2, 1 for the blue, and then 1 for yellow. So there will be 4 units after we subtract the 9. So let's try to solve that now. 4 units would be 409 minus 9. And that is 400. For me to get 1 unit, okay, I need to get a unit so that I will be able to get blue and then get yellow afterwards. So 1 unit will now be 400 divided by 4, 100. Therefore, our yellow would be 100 plus 9, 109. How do I check if this is correct? So again, to check, I just need to see if my total would be 409 given that my yellow is 109. Okay, so yellow, 109. The red will be 100 times 2 because there's 2 units. That's 200. And then the blue will be 100. So adding all these will be 409. So that means our final answer will be there are 109 yellow marbles. Let us try to solve this one last word problem. We have 3 characters in the story sharing 745 cards. James had 35 fewer cards than Ken and 110 fewer cards than Bill. So James's number of cards is being compared to 2 people, Ken and Bill. For reading that sentence, we can say that James had the least number of cards. So let's try to visualize that further in our model. James, Ken has 35 more cards than James because it says 35 fewer, so maybe a little longer. This one will be 35 more. And then 110 more for Bill. So for Bill, it's 110 more. So meaning to say, Bill has the most number of cards. So from James, there you go. This is 110. Our total again is 745. So how are we going to solve this problem? So since we're looking for James and none of them are equal, maybe removing the extras would actually give us 3 equal units. Where are those equal units? That's 1, 2, 3 equal units. And what are the extras that I am saying? So it's these 35 and 110. So removing these from 745 will give us 3 equal units. So let's try that out. 745 minus, we have 35 plus 110. Okay, and that would give us the 3 units. 3 units. Alright, so let's have 745 minus 145. Okay, and that is equal to 600. So 3 units is 600. Okay, for me to get 1 unit only, I need to divide 600 by 3, and that is 200. So it means to say each one here is 200. Alright, and there we already got our answer. James had 200 cards. Let's check if our answer is correct. If James had 200, Ken will have 200 plus 35, 235. And then Bill, 200 plus 110, that's 310. So let's see if our total would sum up to 745. 5, 4, 7. So there you go. We have 745 as the total, and that's the same as the total in our problem. So that means James have 200 cards. So I hope this video was able to give you more practice on how to solve word problems. And I'll see you again on my next one.